I'm Dani Smith. I'm 32 years old and I live in Pleasant Grove, Utah. I designed this room around these two objects. I loved the way that they play off each other, the reflective qualities of the ball versus the textural qualities of the coral. And I wanted this room to have the contrast of these, but also pick up on the soul of our family. I wanted my children, my little ones, as well as the adults in my family to feel comfortable in this room and feel like it's a place that they wanted to be. And I used 3 tools to accomplish this design mission. The first tool that I used was to repurpose objects. A lot of the things that I've repurposed with have been accessories in this room. This is a funny story. I needed something to remind me to take time to slow down every day, to play with my kids. And so I found these letters and I thought, these are great. I'm going to put them in my living room, better than a Post-it note, but they wobble around and they were so small I didn't have anything to hold them up. And so I found this old candle holder and I just stuck them in there. There were an odd number of candle holder pieces and it still worked. And I've repurposed this candle holder. This is also a candle holder and it's a great pedestal. You can take books, turn them around backwards, and have the white dog-eared pages showing, adding texture without distracting the eye. There are so many ways that you can use this as an old window with letters on it. There's so many things that you can do to repurpose items and use things that you already have in a completely different way than you ever would have intended to use them when you bought them. There's another element that I've used in this room, which is to update it. This room was traditional when we bought the home. It was not our style. The light fixture is a great example, just not where we were going. We wanted to have the modern elements. So by adding a few modern pieces to the room, like these chairs, adding some mirrors on the wall, and even the arrangement that the mirrors are put in adds a modern interest to the room. Adding lampshades that are straight instead of curved, which is what I had before, changing that out, those things really gave me the modern look that I was going for while maintaining the vintage charm of this home. I also updated this sideboard, which is a great display piece but didn't say a lot before I added the accessories and updated the hardware. The hardware is all different and it just gives a more fun and playful feel to the functional room, really. The third element that I use in every room is to use function. When you live in a small space, you need to use all your spaces. We play in this room every day, and so we've put toys in a felt woven basket. Even when choosing my toys, I chose toys that were what I find something more beautiful than modern plastic toys. My daughter loves to listen to music, so instead of putting a CD player in here, I bought a vintage record player and used that and the vintage records. Used what I have to accentuate the theme that I'm trying to go for, which is my family can feel comfortable in their own home and it can be beautiful for everybody. Another way that I've used function, I'll bring you into my kitchen. Another way that I've used function is to utilize my art as pieces that will convey information, whether it's family photos or using my calendar. By framing it out, it's going to convey the information that I need while still being beautiful. I need my cue card changed, please. Thank you. When I did this room, I used those same 3 elements to do this kitchen. I repurposed items. I used this bread box. Instead of putting my bread in there, I use it to hold picnic supplies, which we use every day. Because we have a small kitchen, we utilize our outdoors more. I've updated the lighting in this room. I had my eye on a fixture just like this. It was several $100s and we hadn't purchased it yet, and I found this one secondhand for $5. I stuck it up. I loved it. It conveyed the feel that I was going for of the vintage modern, but then the area up above the cabinetry felt a little bland, and so I put frames up there and I put fabric in the frames that reflected the colors I was going for. I put family history stories through pictures up there, and it feels very interactive and like a place that our family lives, and there's nothing like this on our block. I've used updating in our cabinetry. We have light oak cabinets, very stock. The Floor was the same thing, just a light laminate wood. And when we installed this dark wood, it gave the crisp contrast between the lighter cabinets. The creamy white that I chose plays really well off the dark flooring. When I did the cabinets, I also added beadboard to remain true to the cottage character of our home. And that was an easy update, as well as cutting out the middle plank of this door so you can see the dishes through. The inspiration for this room isn't really seen in this room very much. It was the milk glass and jadeite dishes that I have, but I wanted the feel of that. And so you can get a glimpse of the inspiration through the window, as well as paper in the back is giving a contrast of the pop of red. We utilize the vertical space in this room also intentionally because we don't have a lot of space in this kitchen, which brings us to storage. Function, again, is very important in a small space, and so I found a sideboard that when we moved in, we thought there wasn't space for it. There really wasn't space to not put anything. So we put the sideboard in here. It has a vintage feel with the enamel top, and it holds all the things that are left over, and you would never know that we're short on space in this kitchen. When I chose my containers in this kitchen, I made sure to choose ones that were in keeping with the theme that I was going for, while at the same time they were all budget friendly, which is the budget that we were working on. Cake stands are another thing that I love to utilize in design. I use them every day. It seems like anything that you put in a cake stand, whether it's bread or muffins, your kids are going to love because they feel special eating out of them. That's, I think, another thing that you can do when you're dealing with design on a budget. You don't have to feel like you're sacrificing specialness or the things that really reflect you. You just need to find a new way to represent those things and make your family feel special and festive. In this space, we did not have an office, no office space available. And so I repurposed an old bread box and put files in it, and this is my new office. It's right by the phone, and it works out great. It combines the repurposing, the updating, and certainly the function. This is the home that I have always wanted, and I did it on my budget, on my terms, and I believe that anybody can do this, and I want to teach them how.